Good morning. It is 5:41 a.m. right now, just outside of Mike's place, and we are heading down to the river spots where it's still deep enough for us to actually get in. Got a couple of people, I think one for sure, that are going to join us today, and today's a special one because it is the last in-person episode that we will do here in West Kelowna. And yeah, mixed emotions. There's part of me that says I don't want to record any of this because I kind of just want to be present in the moments and just experience all of it. There's another element to all of this, which is it's a little darker this morning than it has been in the last couple of weeks. It's almost as though the season is changing and it's a little chillier out in the morning, and there's a reminder that winter is coming, and an excitement that we won't get to experience that because we'll be down in Costa Rica, and naturally the weather is pretty consistent all the time. But also a bit of sadness though too, and just just a reality aspect of it of like, man, we're not going to get to do this in person again, and there's some sadness there as well. And I think the last thing that I'll mention too is when I woke up this morning, again, I thought to myself, maybe we shouldn't record anything today because I just want to be present. But there is something that I want to talk about with Mike on this episode. So we are going to record it. And that is, how do we continue to show up and step into this version of ourselves that is so true and just waiting for us to show up, even when we don't want to, even when every part of us is saying, don't do it. And here's the man right here.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Yes, sir. So we're going to record it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Trevor, I hadn't even done my hair yet. Come on.
Well, hey, that just adds to it a bit. I was just saying that there was part of me that didn't want to record at all today. And just kind of be present in it. But I think there's an important part to us doing this last in person here.
Yeah.
And that is to just do stuff even when we don't want to do it sometimes, and step into that version of ourselves that already exists, that's just waiting for us to fucking show up, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's a powerful morning this morning.
Yes.
It's our last in-person with Trev before he leaves for Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So it's a big one. It got some special cacao in my bag, my friend.
Oh, that's been a while too.
It's a good brew.
All right.
So we're gonna have a good, powerful morning.
Let's go head to the river.
Here it is. The good stuff.
Extra chunky today. Well, that one actually poured pretty smooth. The other one had a big old chunk that went kaplop.
Chunky ones for you.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
What I learned just by figuring out is as I was driving out of there, I would run into these brokers. And so I stopped and talked to them one day, and I ended up trying to sell them to them.
Oh, no way.
And they end up selling them to a company that just drives them all, and they're all shipped to Europe.
Oh, crazy.
So I ended up drying quite a bit for myself. So I've
She
got
is thick today.
probably about 10 dry pounds here.
And it thickens even more
Into a dry.
the more it cools down.
So you just rehydrate them. So all you
It's like a chocolate bar in there now.
Good
to the last dip.
Yeah. Guatemalan Nutella. It's Guatemala, right? The cacao?
This spring was really wet.
Let's see here, look at that.
And so,
Oh yeah.
Oh, chunky.
There's some of Craig's mushrooms in here this morning too.
Really? The powder?
Yeah.
Or you just throw the cap? That's what went plop into mine, right? It was just a capsule of mushroom.
I just threw 9 capsules in.
Yeah.
Not even out of the
These should melt.
some of the nice awakened powder.
Yeah.
It was a great season to
The mushrooms. Yeah, no, man. The more I start diving into all of this stuff and just learning, it's incredible. Fascinating, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know. Is there somebody down there?
I don't know, but there's a tree branch in my face.
Yeah.
That's nature's cell phone.
Right. It's like, wake up.
Booby trap.
Including this guy showing up again.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
Oh, before
By far our most entertaining
yes,
episode.
Say, before we jump in today, if I haven't shown you that, I have to show you that.
That was the one.
Yes.
Oh, you've seen it?
I saw it, yeah.
Yes.
That was cool.
I actually think I saw it before.
That was cold.
I was like, good Lord. It was.
Oh yeah,
that's me again. I'm like, I do recognize that face.
Remember we were like,
Poor guy.
we were red when we got out that day.
Oh yeah, that was early on, because that was probably April, eh?
I would say that was pretty early, yeah.
And it looked like a sunburn line. It literally looked
Yeah,
like that.
totally.
So, anyways, we bought my mushroom. But then the next time I got more, the next time more, and then in October?
We have customers out in the end of March. So come on, we're out in April.
Exactly. October's gonna be beautiful. October. This year's the stretch. It'll be nice.
Yeah. Wake the legs up.
Yeah, no doubt. That'll do it.
All right. So we'll do a little breath and just do a meditation before we get in. So just take the next 30 seconds, a minute to just kind of arrive a little more here, get comfortable in your seat, you ground yourself. Start becoming present with your breath. Take some nice deep breaths. If you haven't yet, you can close down your eyes. And what we're going to do is, we're going to do 3 rounds today. We're going to go nice and deep for a few minutes. We're going to do what's called conscious connected breathing or circular breathing. I will guide all the timing and do the counting. But when I count down, we'll start with an inhale through your nose, with no rest or no pause at the top. And then you will exhale straight out your mouth. Again, with no pause at the bottom. It will sound a little something like this. Now, depending on how you're feeling this morning, you can keep that breath nice and gentle, or you can do it a bit more active like I just did and fire the body up a little bit. But it is your practice, your breath. You don't need to match anybody else. After about 15 breaths, we're going to exhale to a hold. That hold will be about 15-20 seconds for the first one. And then we're going to go into an inhale through the nose. And again, you're going to hold at the top for about 15 seconds. And then we're going to go into round 2. And we do that for 3 rounds. Again, I will guide throughout. Today, just set a little bit of an intention. course, we want to put a lot of good vibes behind our brother Trevor. He's headed off with his family to Costa Rica. And even though we'll be far apart, we'll still be able to connect in other ways. But it's a very big journey. So we send well wishes and bring forth any positive vibes for our brother and his family. Secondly, I just want you to really listen to the sounds around you. Disconnect with the sound of the river, maybe the birds communicating with us, the trees all around us offering us fresh air. Now that we're learning more about mushrooms, the crazy network of mycelium running beneath our butts and our feet, connecting more than just nature, but connecting us. There's a theme there to realize that we are all interconnected at our roots. And it's so important to remember that. And when we remember that, tend to show a little bit more empathy in our lives to other humans and lead with our hearts. And we can never lose if we lead with love. I'm going to go into the breath in 3, 2, 1, in through the nose. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. I want you to envision the breath as it comes in through you, fills your lungs. And as you release, everything follows. Few more. And on the next exhale, release and hold at the bottom. Just be still. When you're ready, blow any remaining air out of your lungs. Get a strong inhale through your nose. And hold at the top. Let your spine rise and be erect. Feel as the energy starts to go from your root chakra and rise all the way up to the ground. Keep holding here, relaxing your shoulders. And feeling that connection, sensing the energy starting to fill your body. And do a big exhale in 3, 2, 1. Release everything. Right back in round 2. Breath in through your nose. Go a little deeper with the breath this time. few more. And release. Hold at the bottom. Gaze gently with your third eye up towards the sky. A gentle smile on your face. Keep holding. Keep holding. When you're ready, hold the rest of the air in your lungs. Inhale through your nose. Hold at the top. And release in 3, 2, 1. Back into a third and final round in through your nose with the breath. I want you to go a little deeper here if you can. Build that intention, build that energy. Keep breathing. Feel the power of your breath. 5 more. And release. Your hold. You feel the energy start to dance. Your body's coming to life. Your nervous system calming down, yet waking up. The body's sharing a positive energy with one another around us, Mother Nature around us. Any air remaining in your lungs flow out, and then we'll do our final hold in through your nose. And when you're ready, one big final release on the exhale. And if you're feeling the need to be grounded today, I want you to take the last couple minutes. Keep the palms of your hand facing down towards the earth. You feel like you're open and willing and ready to receive today for the next couple minutes. I want you to turn your palms up and out to the universe. As we start to come back a little bit, as we finish any practice, is with gratitude. Before we give gratitude to anything else or anybody else, we should always give gratitude to ourselves for showing up for moments like this, for saying yes, for giving yourself some time and some space for self-love, for recognizing that the world can be very challenging, it can be a struggle. But when we show up for ourselves, it gives us the strength to show up for others, to lead, to shine a light, to have the confidence to step into our truths and our paths and share our gifts with the world. So maybe before we finish, give yourself a gentle and a kind hug. We don't get or we don't give enough hugs in this world. There's nothing wrong with giving ourselves one. Lastly, with your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your belly. Couple final deep breaths. Breathe in that gratitude, breathe in that love. I appreciate you guys giving me the space and the time to lead today. I appreciate every one of you for showing up today. You know that as you're going through today, nothing happens by accident. There are no coincidences. And we're all exactly where we need to be. Start to open your eyes whenever you're ready.
Oh, guys just taking every last minute outside they can there. Oh, it's not as bad. Oh, come on there, Costa Rica.
Wait a second. Do I got my phone in my pocket this time, eh, Taylor?
Yeah.
I jumped in with my phone in my pocket.
Oh. We're going down here, boys. 3, 2.
Easier when you get up to the neck, I think.
Whoa. Oh, I lied. Oh. Oh. There he is.
Okay.
I recognize that sound.
Let me scoot up.
You gotta get close. There it is. You get the angle.
Oh, settle into it. Is that a rock right there? That white thing?
It is. It's painted.
It's painted, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I find the hardest part. This is keeping your hands up.
You feel Captain today.
I sat down. It's easier.
Oh, you found a shelf.
Yeah.
Genius.
Oh, nice.
I was gonna build us some. Remember at the our other spot,
Yeah. And then the water disappeared.
the water that it would have been sitting in the water. Oh well, another beautiful cold dip.
Yeah, this spot's pretty magical.
This is magic.
Yeah.
One of our there's a decent sized guy. Look at that. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
nibbler. He's lining up.
Yeah.
Cover your short holes.
Looking for a knee.
Oh yeah, look at that guy. That's
What is it?
Probably a little rainbow or something.
Oh, there's a fishy there?
Yeah, there's
There's
two.
a few of them. Yeah.
Hanging out with the boys.
They're definitely moving now.
What are these guys doing in our house?
For the
Well, if you
boys.
could see them on the camera.
Bunch of jerks.
Yeah, right?
So Lukey, we always pick on the new guests.
Okay.
And we got to ask, what made you say yes, or what made you want to come in the cold with us? I've been doing the cold plunge over the winter. Actually, kind of following you as well. And I have a friend who has the kind of the mobile, what do you call it, spa, but I mentioned that to you, the one in Squamish. Oh yeah, yeah. And just reading about the effects you can have on like repairing nerves and bringing some nerves back to life. I've got a few that aren't back to life. So I just started over the winter doing it, and then I saw you guys doing it. And you offered it up, and it's much nicer to sit in a river than a cold trough in your backyard. Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's great. Yeah, that is what started it. Oh, they're nibbling my ankles. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You must be tasty. That's what started it for us. We were both in our troughs, and then we just kind of said, "Why don't we find somewhere in nature?" And we never looked back.
Yeah. Going on, I think 25 or 26 weeks in a row now, where we go at least once a week. That's not true. We did miss last week.
We missed last week.
We missed last week. Due to the vid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we will double up this week just to make up for
We
it.
are.
Yeah.
So technically, we missed a period of a certain amount of days.
Yeah. Yeah. We've definitely done it more than once a week for the last 6 months. But yes, I was going to tell you guys a quick story about this hat that had nothing to do with Adam's apples or anything like that. But I did buy this hat in Copenhagen, in just in the market that's right by the beach there where the big full moon party is. And that's that night was something else. Like, you don't even know what to expect until you go to a full moon party. Has everybody been?
I've been a little.
No?
I've never been to official.
Not an official one, no.
Okay.
Spent enough time there. Both in different
Yeah.
environments.
Yeah, very similar, I'm sure. But there's a place up on the hill on the left side of the beach that's basically Mushroom Mountain, they call it. And they've got these shakes up there. And I never ended up doing it. I still have never done psilocybin.
Wow.
Yeah. But I know, like, we've been talking lots about mushrooms. It's definitely something that I am going to be exploring when we get down to Costa Rica too. But
How many days do you have left there?
5 days, 6 days, yeah.
Oh wow. And you find 4 or 5 hours within that 5 or 6 days.
Probably, yeah. But I just remember that time though. It was 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, at Christmas time in 2017, I guess. And Shar, my wife and I, we had both of our kids through surrogate. I don't know if you knew that or not, but we had tried the first couple times and just couldn't make it work. So we ended up doing the whole in vitro thing and getting a surrogate. So we went to Thailand with about 6 weeks before our son was supposed to be born. And we came back on December 27th and he was born January 1st.
Oh wow.
So like 4 days later, like literally 7 days after a full moon party, I was a dad. You know?
That takes you from one extreme to another.
One extreme to another, man.
I'm free.
That's packing it all in.
I'm gonna change the diaper.
Yeah. But it was just a reminder of those moments where we can, be in such a blissful state and then all of a sudden just something just completely shifts, right? And
changes.
Your life kind of just gets flipped upside down, and it's not always wanted. Sometimes it is, sometimes you're waiting for it, but I know we've all probably been through experiences like that, and just kind of being grateful for all of that stuff, right? Even the unplanned things that sometimes jump up and kick you in the nuts. You just don't know.
Yeah.
But there's always a gift in there somewhere. You just need to let the time go by too.
Oh, we got to be willing and ready to step outside of it a little bit and look at it and look for the message within each of these times and these moments, right? Because there's always something. You might not realize it right away, but at a distance.
And I find we always want to rush to try and fix or to find the next thing or to ground ourselves in our purpose when what we maybe thought our purpose was disappears or is no longer or whatever. So patience, I think, is a key piece of all that. And I know since you and I started doing the plunging here, you had a vision for just continuing to dive deep into this world of meditation and breath work and just holding space for others and coaching and accountability and all that kind of stuff. And you've gone through waves of it in the last number of months too, you know, and
Totally.
you haven't lost your eye on the life that you're choosing to live, right?
No, it's all a journey, right? And it's we get these moments of what we feel strength and aligned, and then of course we've talked about this before. As we sit back and sometimes we look at life and we're like, maybe I'll just work during the week and chill on the weekends. Why do I do these extra hours? Why do I look for this greatness? You know what I mean? And that's our ego creeping in and telling us to keep comfortable. But it's certainly not a space I want to live in or lead my family in. And that's a big piece, I think, and that's what provides strength for me is looking at a greater life and wanting my kids to be healthy, wanting them to grow in an environment that's outside the norm, that challenges them. And so it's a big piece for me. And if we don't follow our paths, and if I don't follow what I believe is in front of me, then how can I be that influence for them? Right? So
Yeah.
it's a big one to say. It might be scary, but just fucking do it. Details fall into place.
Yeah. A little bit every day, right?
A little bit every day. I've been working a lot on just listening to my body. You know, listen to your body if you need to rest, if you don't, right? And then the other thing, more a mental thing, is just my own expectations. My own expectations that I have on my life and my day-to-day and my goals. And really, you know, if I'm ever applying pressure to myself, it's because of my own expectations, usually nothing else, right?
Yeah. Well, we got 12 minutes in today, boys.
Is that how long we've been down already?
12 minutes.
Let's get those shoulders in, fellas. Get those shoulders in.
Somehow it feels better when you just get right to your chin.
Yeah.
Half mass, that's a problem.
Oh,
T-dunk. We did it.
Oh,
It's next level.
It's not that I don't want to, it's that my hair takes so long to dry. It's not even a joke.
I can't rag these curls. I stayed up late Jerry curling last night, okay?
They look
Like
great.
Kelson.
They look great.
I didn't wear a hat for a reason, okay, guys?
Save the ecosystem too. We don't know what's in that hair.
Time well spent.
Oh. Well, I'm grateful for you guys for showing up here today. I know this is the last in-person one, at least on this stint of being in West Kelowna. It's not going to be our last, but yeah, the last 4 or 5 months of doing this consistently have been pretty amazing, and yeah, it's cool to have you back in here today.
Yeah.
And always inviting new friends and everything in too.
Thanks for the invite. It's great.
Yeah, it was fun to see everybody experience this for the first time.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the first time cold plunging, just doing it in the river with some other people. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an experience doing it this way. It's great.
Yep. So yeah, maybe the next time we'll do this in person, it'll be in Costa Rica, in a cold tub, probably.
Yeah.
Not,
I was
not
gonna
in
say
a river.
we need some ice.
Yeah.
A lot of ice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd trust what's actually below the surface in Costa Rica as well in the water.
rivers?
So.
Not in the rivers.
Not in the rivers so much.
Well, we've got Retreat 2.0 happening in the new year, so
Yeah.
I got pretty sick swallowing the mouthful of that river when I was rafting down there.
Oh, I bet.
Like literally within 7-8 hours, I was just a train wreck. for the day.
Oh
I
man.
remember the guy, like the rafting guy's like, whatever you do, don't get water in your mouth. And my friend and I were like, it's nearly impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
thanks for telling us that at the end of the raft tour.
Yeah. And then you stuck us right at the front. Well, one of us is puking.
Where did you go?
That was, we traveled pretty much all of Costa Rica at that time. So we went from the, we went from
Caribbean side to the other side.
Oh, nice.
Side. We took our time and went to all these little hidey holes, and it was super fun. We were there for about a month, my buddy and I. And then 4 years ago or 3 years ago, we took the kids. Actually, the first time.
Oh, cool.
We went to volcanoes and went to
floated down the creek, you think?
There's so much diversity, to see.
Yeah.
It's
such
waterfalls,
such a-
rainforests.
Such a friendly country.
You totally
and
went.
such a beautiful
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
What was your favorite area?
area. You know,
It's tough to say from there.
I love Montezuma. I love actually.
Yeah.
I like that area a lot.
South? Like south of Hawkeye on the Pacific side?
It is north of Hawkeye.
Okay.
So right on the peninsula, right on the edge of the peninsula. So there's still surf there.
Okay.
And then around the corner is Mount Pais, and then up would be like Tamarindo and all that kind of stuff. Right away up.
So it's closer to San Jose then.
We're kind of in the middle. So we actually flew into Liberia.
Okay.
So, and then we decided it was wise in a foreign country to use a backroads map book to get from the volcanoes to Montezuma.
Yeah.
8 hours later, a couple river crossings in the rental.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the first one was daunting.
Gravel
we
roads.
had always all gravel, and
Yeah.
then my wife's mother came with us for the first trip ever, which was amazing. And then within 2 days of us being there, we did the first river crossing in the truck that we rented. And then I just said to everyone in the car, "Okay, guys, windows down and take off your seatbelts."
Yes.
And she's like, she's Polish, and she's like, What are we doing? Why are we doing this?" It was so funny. It worked out.
Yeah. Part of the adventure.
Yeah, it was the countryside of Costa Rica is even more incredible than you'd ever think. Like touring through the middle of nowhere, people are so friendly. We were lost. We were lost probably 90% of the day, and then you just with horrible English or Spanglish, you're finding your way to where you're supposed to be.
Fred, do you want to make a final river wish?
Oh wow, eh?
Yeah.
Is that an actual flower?
Make
Is that
a,
like a-
that's an actual flower. It looks like one of those prayer flowers. So I was like, why don't you put an intention or a wish behind it and float it down? I mean, it's going to probably stop right there, but it's something.
All right.
Probably gonna stop there, Mike.
I got one.
Oh, like it. It's gonna make it. Let's all think it's gonna make it, Mike.
Hey, video guy, cue up the magical music.
Go, flower, go.
Off to new adventures. Hey, very symbolic.
I don't know, it's going.
Probably should have tried with the bear.
I don't know, it's kind of rapidy-ish. We got our intention behind it. Yeah.
Let's see if I can flip the camera on.
You can record your little flower. Here he goes. Oh,
Oh, she's down the rapids.
oh, wow.
You know, it's like one of those. Oh, it's good. It's happening. It's going.
Go.
Stem down.
Oh, she's going. She go.
It's stem up. That's a good thing. Stem down. Wow. Wow, back that way. It's making it.
Jeez, it was almost symbolic of real life, bouncing off a couple rocks,
Right?
taking a few shots to the head, and off it goes.
Wow.
Did it make it?
Yeah.
Once it cracks that corner, it's gone.
Now, you know what'll be even more magical is if we get out on the e-foils in the next few days and find that in the lake,
Yeah.
right?
You just put it out there.
All right. Tay, all right, so we'll come back and we'll meet you here on Tuesday? Or?
Good. We'll
All
see you
right.
next week, guys.
It's a bittersweet walk today. We'll be back again, but off into the sunset as we head to Costa Rica. As Mike does the high kick and I got the camera on me. Hold on, do it again. There it is. The send-off kick.